Peace and love. Hello, everyone. Sorry, guys, I didn't get this to you guys this morning, but I was not feeling well. This COVID thing, I'm still trying to get over it. I guess it's the after effects, but I had a massive headache this morning, just couldn't get it together. But I did tell you guys I was going to bring you this information about the lower caves. So I'm bringing that to you guys now. I'm going to share. These are some awesome caves, guys. Y'all are going to love them. I'm going to cam up right quick. Just want to say hi to you guys so y'all know I'm still here. Um, but these caves are like awesome, beautiful caves. Now, we all have heard of, our children have heard of the pyramids and how great they were, and how even today, the pyramids. Well, with these caves, they don't know how they created these caves. They don't know how they cut into this type of rock that they cut. They don't know where they removed all the rock from these caves that they cut into. Now, the lady that's going to be describing some of the cave and everything, I'm going to kind of say a little thing about that because she's kind of describing who created them, where they came from, and they're really sure when you really start doing the research on these caves. They're really not sure. They're just in assuming uh, who created those caves. So, here and enjoy it. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the like and share for me. You're gonna love this, guys. These are beautiful. If you've never seen these before, you're gonna love it. They're beautiful. Let's go.
In the cave's main shrine, Buddha faces the monk's cells. This cave has a circumambulatory passage around the shrine. Caves were built at a time when Buddhism was on the decline in India and Hinduism was beginning to reassert itself. The Brahmanical movement was especially powerful under the patronage of the Chala and Rashtrakuta kings, who oversaw most of the work at Ellora, including the magnificent Kailasa temple built in the 700s. The caves at Ellora contain some fine specimens of cave temple architecture and exquisitely adorned interiors. These caves were used by Buddhist monks as places of worship and residence. The caves were initially excavated in western India. Some examples of are the Buddhist chaityas and viharas. Most of these multi-storied structures, equipped with living quarters, sleeping quarters, and kitchens, served as viharas or monasteries for Buddhist monks.
Now I'm gonna stop right here and let you know that she's saying that these were used for monasteries for Buddhist monks. Now, part of them, of course, were because part of the caves are temples, but if you continue to explore the Allura and the Ajante caves, few rooms that it was a city, and what they believe is that half of that city was blocked off so that we couldn't even you can't even view it. They've sent archaeologists down there, of course, and they will not tell us what they found, of course, as they're always hiding stuff. But they only talk about, like, I think 30 something caves, but it is actually of these caves in this mountain. It's a full city. Shout out to Travel and Discovery. This is where this piece came from Travel and Discovery.
Cave number 7 is a large cave supported by only
Please go
4 simple
subscribe.
square
Shout out to
pillars
Discovery,
of a
guys.
very reduced design. Neither the 12 cells nor the shrine, and only by a slightly more complex doorway, were ever finished.
Now, for copyright purposes, whole video. I want you
Cave
guys to
number
go
5
and
is
look at the whole
interesting because
video.
of its
It's
unusual plan
awesome,
and
awesome, awesome.
size. It is over 35 meters from front to back. It has long parallel carved benches running down its center.
This room, you have this was chiseled out straight out of the mountain rock. This was chiseled. And this is at a time that they so-called didn't have the equipment and tools that we have today. But this was totally chiseled out of the mountainside.
The doorway to
Look
cave
at
number 2 is flanked by huge bodhisattvas, topped by converging dwarfs.
I'm gonna go down a little bit, guys. I'm gonna show
The
y'all.
pillars in the complex 22, known as Nilkantha, is notable for its freestanding damaged Nandi shrine and separate shrines for the group of Hindu goddesses, the Matrikas. On the other side of the main entrance to the cave stands a sculpture of the fierce-looking god Varapala.
Look at that.
Nandi, the white bull on which Lord Shiva rides, in its enclosure, but contain exceptionally detailed
Now look at
artwork.
this.
Many of them were decorated with elaborate paintings on their ceiling, visible. The most notable of the group is Cave 32, the Indra Sabha, a miniature of the Kailash temple. The bottom level is plain, but the upper floor has elaborate carvings. 4 elephants support the porch to one of the entrances. 17 cars or enlightened persons at the entrance to the cave.
Now, if you notice throughout the cave, they have their carvings. And I've always believed that these guys are replicas of being at that time period or right before that time period, um, whether they be supreme beings, or they're just um, very intelligent human beings of someone or something. I really believe that. And we have to remember, guys, if you are a believer in the Bible, that it said that when Satan got cast down, a third of heaven got cast with him. And if you read in Revelations, heaven, and in heaven, if there are beasts, there are sojourn strangers. So we don't know. We really don't know. Everything is really speculative, and that's why we're in a constant mode of learning. We're in a constant mode of knowledge.
The pillared open or mandapa hall with its lotus medallion on the ceiling is one of the most interesting rooms. The alone represent a tremendous achievement, not only in terms of their architectural brilliance, but also because of the degree of religious harmony that they symbolize. These numerous cave temples and monasteries coexisted and flourished side by side in antiquity, reflecting the atmosphere of religious that characterized the period. The ceilings and walls of Cave 32, the shrine of Indra Sabha, are embellished with splendid intricate designs and rich
I want
paintings.
to go here because I want y'all to see. She's in the inside. I really want you to see the outside of this cave. I want y'all to see the outside of this cave. And this is from Amazing Places. You can go there and check out Amazing Places. But this is the outside that I want y'all to see. So what you have here is the Laura Cave, the Ajanta Cave, um, and all of this, and there's some temples all in this one area. You have to go a few miles down from each one, but it's all there together. And look at this. They're killing me with this music. Come on, copyrighted for that music. I don't know whose music that is. So I'm gonna. But as you can see, guys, they actually everything is hand carved. I mean, look at this place. This is Hama, and it's on the other end of the Ajanta and the Allura caves, which they just showed a piece of the Allura cave. And Hama is like I said, all of this is in a mountain. It's a couple of mountains that have a whole city. But what they like to do is they like to split it up and tell you, oh, that it was just a few rooms in this cave or that cave. And that is not exactly true. So hold on one second. Raquel, your dad's calling. Sorry, guys. My husband calling my daughter. So let me find this. Um it's not the one I want to show y'all guys right quick. I had not that's not the one I want to show you. It's a better one that I've got of the Allura Caves. I want y'all to see the outside because the other one, she goes into the inside really well, but she's not really showing y'all the outside of the cave. And I want y'all to see the Sajante Caves. Another Allura Cave that he goes into. And I'll play this while I'm looking for it. Y'all go ahead.
Is an ancient tradition in India, extending back at least to the early Indus Valley civilization. The interpretation of what the symbol represents is a source of much debate. Cave All of them are bare except for the lingam structure and the garbhagriha, the temple's inner sanctum. A sculpture of Ganesha, the Lord of Beginnings, is in the main hall. A representation of the three-headed Shiva,
I'm
or
gonna go.
Maheshamurti,
I'm gonna
is found
speed
in
up,
the
guys. So I'm
cave's
gonna go
lingam
to
room.
the next
It is
cave.
the
But
most
I really want
impressive of
y'all to
all the
see that.
caves. 90, this temple is a masterpiece, hewn out of a monolith in the Dravidian style. Over 200,000 tons of stone were removed to carve this colossal temple, which took over a century to complete. It is some 50 meters in length, 33 meters wide, and 30 meters tall. Its gateway, pavilion, courtyard, assembly hall, vestibule, shrines, pillars, and panels are all the carvings are done on more than one level. A two-storied gateway opens to reveal a U-shaped courtyard. The two large monoliths in the center of the courtyard are probably various geometric designs and molds. The courtyard is edged by a columned arcade 3 stories. Arcades are punctuated by huge sculpted panels and alcoves containing enormous sculptures of various deities.
And this is what it looks like when you walk up to it. This is what I really wanted you guys to see of the Allura Cave. So you can see the majesty of this cave city. Shout out to Amazing Places. Guys, still subscribe to Amazing Places. Peace and love. Yeah, my daughter is a archaeology major, and or not major, she's graduate. That's what her degree in. And so we watch a lot of this, and we study a lot of this, especially she does, and got me into it a few years back. So I'm always looking at these videos. I'm always wanting to learn more, and it just amazes me how they kept all this hidden from us. And the only thing that we ever learned about was the Great Pyramids. We never learned about that there's so much more in this world that was created that they can't even today uh, figure out how they did it. They don't know how they carved all this in that mountain, and they don't even know where all the rock they took from the mountain went. And like show, I think 32 caves. But if you continue to study on this cave, the Laura and the Janti cave, it's a whole city. I don't know why science is always trying to hide stuff from us. It's just crazy to me. It is what it is. But yeah, it's a whole city. And I'm pretty sure that it goes underground too, but they will probably never tell us that. So guys, I want to make sure that you guys take time and go over to the different pages and really look at the full of these caves and how were they created and different archaeological perspective on these caves. Of course, because of copyright, I'm not going to play to the end, but I want you to see this. Now I want to show you guys the Allura Cave. And I didn't know this until I really started studying this Allura Cave. are not too far away from the Ajanta. I mean, the lower cave's not Ajanta caves.
The Ajanta
So
the expression reflects his blissful leave-taking from the world of material existence. The
look at that,
circumambulatory
guys. How
passage
big
is
that is
full
on
of
the wall.
statues, mostly representing the Sravasti miracle, when Buddha revealed himself in all his various forms on the skies above the village of Sravasti. The of this 5th century cave is imposing. The Buddha on the front of the stupa, or Buddhist reliquary, is framed by a straight lintel rather than an arch. He is seated on a lion throne with his legs apart, his left hand in Vitarka Mudra, his right forearm broken off. The Buddha's feet rest on a lotus footstool. He is flanked by riders and flying attendants. The various images of the Buddha are
Can you
sculpted with rare
imagine
skill. Cave number 26 is
what this
richly
looks like when
decorated
these
with
birds
panels of Buddhas,
created this?
attendants,
Can you imagine how
flying
beautiful that was?
figures, lion heads, and foliage.
Sorry, guys. Look at that.
Cave number 23 hall, that is, without columns or pilasters, an inner sanctum, antechamber, side cells, and a pillared veranda. This cave, with its beautifully carved doorway, would have been the largest vihara or monastery at Ajanta if it had been completed. The caves were in better condition than they are now. The School of Art in Mumbai has copies of the paintings that have since disappeared from the caves. These copies provide important evidence of pictorial art in India before the rise of Hinduism. The
Look
smallest of
at
the
the
excavations at
mountain,
Ajanta,
guys.
cave consists of a small central astyler hall with one cell on 3 sides.
So the question would be, who carved the
In the
city
cave, one is greeted by carvings of
and how?
welcoming elephants and the presiding Naga deity of the Wakora Valley.
So guys, these caves, which is the Ajante and the Allura caves and Petra. Let's go back. Am I spelling it right? I'll find out. It's with an E. Here we go. All right. Let's do this. Here we go. And this is Petra.
This is Petra, where the sheer improbability of its
Now everybody do know that this right here was in Indiana Jones. Which one was it? I think the first or the second Indiana Jones. It was the second. Yeah, I'm talking about daughter. It's the second Indiana Jones.
it into the sandstone surface of the mountain, rather than build something. The mountains shook with earthquakes, but these buildings stood intact. The Nabateans engineered systems trap the rain, their desert hydraulics made this place not so much rose red as bright green. A garden city of fountains, swimming pools, groves, and orchards.
Can you imagine what that looked like back then? Shout out to BBC for this.
And the water, which made all that
Look at that
possible,
guy.
also made it possible. 1,000 people, many of whom were immigrants from
Now
all
you
over
hear
the
that?
region. There were
Petra holds
Egyptians and Syrians
30,000
and
people.
Judeans and Greeks
It was a
and
full
Romans, and they
city.
were all a paradisa, a pleasure resort, a little bit of heaven on earth.
So you got the Ajanta Caves and the Laura
And they
Caves in
all brought
India,
a
and then you got
flourish
Petra over
of their
here
own cultural styles with them.
in Jordan.
Most of the art discovered here has been taken to museums, but what survives tells the story of a cosmopolitan playground. There are curious, abstract representations of a Nabatean goddess, carved heads from the wine-soaked Hellenistic cult of Dionysos. Recent excavations have brought to light ritzy villas carved into the living rock. Inside them, here's to happiness murals from that same Dionysian cult. Cherubs, vine leaves, the inevitable bunches of grapes. And from the later years of Petra's life, Byzantine mosaics found beneath the sand and rubble of a ruined church. Petra had its day, or rather its centuries, and then it ended. Not because of conquest, but because new trade routes simply made Petra commercially irrelevant. And without that commercial lifeblood, there was no longer any reason to struggle against the desert. The people left, the systems for capturing water fell into disrepair, and the desert reclaimed the city.
So guys, I just really wanted to show you guys the city. Let's see if they're gonna go overhead. I haven't seen this video. I was wondering if they was gonna show us a picture overhead. But anyways, just wanted to show you guys the hidden caves of Allura, the Ajante, and Petra. I think it's important that we vast and there's so much to be discovered and there's so much to share. And we need to make sure that we share as much as possible with our young people so their minds will be broadened. And all that, you know, everything that they taught us in the school books isn't the isn't everything. I just put so I hope you guys enjoyed it, sharing that with you guys. I've got a couple of more places I want. It's a couple of temples that are super, super, super awesome. I want to show. I'll probably show those tomorrow, and then next week I'm going to show just some of the monuments and temples that we have here in America that some people may just guys, this is what I do. I spend a lot of my time with world news, world history, trying to continue to broaden my horizon. I find it interesting, just to see the world as it is, because the world is a beautiful place. It's us people that mess it up. And so that's what I do. And so I like to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Guys, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, share it with others. So as we grow, we can continue to have great conversations. And maybe one day I can get my daughter on and we can go into different artifacts and time periods with her. And you guys maybe could have questions and she could answer them for you. All right, guys. I hope you're having a great super Wednesday. Hopefully I'll be come back with y'all on Friday if I'm feeling well. This thing is still kind of got me. Please go back and look at my videos from the last days. Hit the like button, guys. And just know that I love you, but God loves you best. And I will talk to you guys